Humans Disney fans, lend me your ears. On today's episode, Sherif and I are going to be talking all about his first family vacation to Walt Disney World and how it was absolutely perfect and he has absolutely no gripes at all. You gotta speak. Remember, it's a podcast too.
Yeah. I'm going like, maybe. Listen, I'm really excited to talk about it. It was a great trip. I got some things.
Just a couple
I got some
gripes.
things to say.
Okay, let me get my boxing gloves.
Not even gripes, improvements.
Let me get my boxing gloves and then we'll talk about this, all right? Here
good.
we go. Believe it or not, friends, we are actually talking about something today on the podcast that is not Marvel related.
My mind is blown. My goodness.
Right? I know. Marvel's just been so on the mind lately with What If happening and new content coming out,
Loki,
new movies.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh my goodness.
What's his face?
Black Widow, Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Everything, and the Eternals are coming out, here we are. This isn't supposed to be a Marvel episode when we're talking about it already, but all that to say, it's just been so in the forefront of our mind.
Yeah.
That's what we've talked about for the first 3 episodes of this podcast. But today, we are going to be talking about a subject near and dear to my heart, and that is Walt Disney World vacations. I take them frequently. You just took, technically your second trip.
Correct.
The first was as a child.
1994.
And I remember, so you were what, like 11 or?
Younger, maybe 10.
Okay, were you born in 84?
I was born in 82.
Oh, see, I was born in 84. If it was 94, you would have been like 12, dude.
Oh. Okay, must have been before that then.
Okay,
it was 92.
So you feel like you were 10.
Yeah.
Okay, but in 1992, you saw a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I remember
did.
talking about this and
Yep.
me going, no, you did not see a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle at Disney World. And then we looked it up, and sure enough, they were at Disney World for a stint.
Yeah, for like 16 months.
Which is just absolutely insane. So my experience is I never went to Walt Disney World as a child. I did not go until my husband was in school down in Orlando. I went to visit him, and he took me to Disney World for the very first time ever. And it was amazing. Might be one of the reasons why I love it so much.
I was about
today.
to say, yeah, you know this marriage is going to last.
So
He introduced her to Disney.
So much nostalgia for me and just good feelings all around with Disney World vacations. Then I began taking my family in 2013. So I didn't grow up going to the parks. It is a newfound love of mine, and I love vacationing there. We're Disney Vacation Club members, and Sherif recently told me, and by recently I mean 8 months ago, that he and his family were going to go on their very first ever Walt Disney World vacation with his parents and his 3 beautiful children, and of course your wife.
Yes.
So, walk me through, where do you want to start talking about this vacation and the qualms you had or the things you thought that went well? It's just really interesting to hear your perspective as someone who had not previously been there before.
So one thing we did not do, we didn't stay on
property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sometime I'd like to do, maybe when my kids are a little bit older. That seems like a really fun thing. It kind of maybe increases the experience. We stayed maybe like 20-ish minutes away in a house, which was fine. Mm-hmm. It took a while to get into the park.
Okay.
It just took a while. By the time you drive there, you pay for parking, you park, and you gotta walk. It took us a while.
There's nothing wrong with staying off property, and sometimes I think it works better, especially if you are going with a large group. If you're going with, especially if you're going with your parents or Carla's parents and her siblings, just like if it's a big group, and you can have a house that has several bedrooms and everyone has their own space, and then there's a common area. A lot of times there's a pool.
The common area is the advantage. We had a pool. Of course we had our own pool.
That is huge. Obviously, there's going to be pools at your Disney resorts, but it's not your own little private personal pool. So there are pros and cons to both. I think the biggest con about staying off property is just the fact that it takes you outside of that Disney bubble. Like when you don't have to leave that Disney bubble and even remember that there's an outside world, it definitely helps you sever and disconnect from all your other outside worries. And some of those areas that you have to drive through to get to Disney are like the super kitschy, touristy. You drive by the huge tourist warehouses and t-shirts, characters, blah, blah. And it's just okay. But I don't think that it was a bad thing that you stayed, I think, off property. It worked well for what you needed.
Yep, we had a 1.5-year-old X-Man who still took multiple naps a day. So we just wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity. And then my mother, who is the best, would be like, no, you guys go. I'll stay here with Xavier. I'll go back early. It was really convenient.
Yeah.
The first thing that we noted
Okay.
is that
This is gripe number one?
no, this is
this
great.
is a good thing. Okay.
The first thing, if you haven't gone to Disney or if it's been a while, you've forgotten how it really does feel magical. Like we saw Cinderella's Castle. I remember Ellie seeing Cinderella's Castle. Be like, "Daddy's that?" I'm like, "Yes, that's it. That's the one." And she gets excited, and I get excited. We're on the ferry. We're going like, "Wow, this is amazing." And then you get there, and you go through the ticket people, and it's just incredible. It's in a sense breathtaking. You know, it's so there, right in your face, right away. So it was really, really cool. And you walk a while through that town area. What is it called?
Main Street USA?
Yeah, Main Street USA. And you got...
Now, just to clarify, did you only go to Magic Kingdom Park?
Correct. We only went to... This was their first trip. I'm a firm believer that children have a pleasure spectrum.
Okay.
And as young children, the pleasure spectrum is very wide. And they're going to achieve maximum happiness and excitedness from small things.
Okay.
I did not need to tell them there's more than one park to Disney.
Your kids are a perfect age to simply enjoy Magic Kingdom also.
Yeah, and just being there, and because it was during COVID, half the things were closed.
Yeah. This was March, right? You went over spring break?
And what was it? They weren't doing the fireworks at night.
Right.
They weren't doing the big parades.
No character meet and greets, which they still, right as of this podcast recording, they still are not doing character meet and greets up close personal. You can see characters sometimes, they're like out and waving, but you can't go up and give them a hug.
So what they
Can't
did
get
was
your autograph.
they had like every half hour a different mini parade.
Okay, yeah.
And so wherever we were, half an hour is excessive, maybe every hour or so.
Yeah.
There would be this little parade, and there'd be princesses or some characters, and we would stop and we would wait for them to pass us, and Ellie would get so excited, and Izzy, and they'd be waving and saying hello, and sometimes they'd see them, they point, and they wait, and it was incredible, and it was so nice. It was so nice.
And they're that age where they think, that is Ariel.
Yeah.
That is Elsa. That is her. She is on this float. She paved him.
Yeah.
Me?
And when they were in a big Elena phase at the time,
Oh,
and
yeah,
when they saw Elena just losing their mind with happiness, and Elena saw them and pointed and waved right at Ellie. I think she blew her a kiss.
Oh my goodness.
The best day of her
life.
Magic. The best day of her life. And as a father, when you see that sort of excitement in your children, you're just like, oh, this is great. I want more of this. And it made me want to go again and again and again, try to recreate that moment. Mm-hmm. So that was great.
Okay.
The rides held up pretty well.
Okay, I would be interested to know which rides. So let's walk through here. Let's go to Tomorrowland first. Did you do Space Mountain?
No.
Did you do Buzz Lightyear?
No.
Did you do anything in Tomorrowland at all? Did you do the cars? Oh, they may not have had that open because of the Tron construction they've got going on. So did you even go in that section of the park?
We did.
Did you go
on
in
the
Tomorrowland?
right. On the right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did one thing there.
What did you do? Did you do the goes around and around and around the rockets up top? No.
No.
Did you do Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, the Carousel of Progress?
No.
What did you do over there, Sherif?
Don't remember.
Oh my goodness, I can't think of anything
What's like
else
the
that's over
first
there.
ride on the right when you walk in?
I mean, Space Mountain is back there.
No.
First ride on the right. There's
Was it
the...
like a Buzz Lightyear theme
Yeah,
line?
I just asked, did you do Buzz Lightyear? Did you do that?
Maybe that's what it is.
Where you're shooting the little...
Yes, where we're shooting. Yes.
Okay, you did do that.
Yes, that one. That was a lot of fun.
Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin is the complete
Okay.
name. And there is a way to get a perfect score. You have to hit the right target. So you can get 999,999.
Got it.
And be Galactic Hero.
I did super well.
Did you?
Yeah,
Do you remember
I did
what
really
your
well.
score was?
I don't.
But you probably weren't a Galactic Hero.
No, I was not a Galactic Hero. I did not. I did get
pretty hard.
999,000.
Okay, so
I got a
that's
score
super
that was
fun.
better than the people around me, and I thought I was a hero.
Yeah, you were a hero. You're a hero in our hearts.
And that was the last ride we did.
In Tomorrowland. Oh, okay, that was the last
Period.
one you did, period.
Of all our rides.
That one probably holds up pretty well because it's not that old.
Correct,
Okay,
didn't
so
feel old.
let's move on to like Fantasyland. Did you do Winnie the Pooh?
Yes.
Right, dark ride. You go around. There's Winnie the Pooh. He's stuck in the tree. All that stuff. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Okay. Then did you do the Seven Dwarfs?
Yes, we did the Seven Dwarfs Minecart was super fun.
And that's one of the newer rides at Magic. It might still be the newest ride they have there.
They did a really good job with it. at the end,
Yeah.
you pass by the Snow White's cottage, just the Seven Dwarfs cottage, which is cool, and you see her inside, and she's like singing or something. But then, then the Wicked Witch is at the end, terrifying the children. They haven't seen.
Freak?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ellie saw her and like clung to me, and I just turned Isabel's head so she wouldn't see. Because
have they seen Snow White?
they've not, because as a child I saw Snow White,
scarred.
and I'm like, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. I had nightmares about that Wicked Witch in her crone form.
Isn't it amazing what a good movie it is for being so old? Like, it's the first full-length feature film, animated film. Oh, I think it's 30-something. I think it's late 30s.
It's
I'd
really
have
old.
to look it up to know precisely. But there is a part. I went to see, you know how Disney used to, like, re-release their animated features in theaters?
Oh, okay.
I went as a child to see Snow White, and I think I had seen it on VHS cassette, whatever, but on the big screen after the Wicked Queen becomes the witch, and like there's the scene where her back is to you and then she turns around.
Yeah.
Like that is a huge gasp moment.
Yeah.
Because you kind of watch her transform, I think, in the shadow. But then when she turns and you see that face.
Yeah, hideous,
like, oh!
nightmare-inducing face. Yeah.
And it's also a little bit just disturbing as a child that she died. It's not like she went to jail. Like, they chased her straight off the cliff. She fell, and she died. But, I mean, whatever.
It was a really cool ride.
That's
it was really
a great ride. Okay.
It was not too much for the kids. Kids had never really been on roller coasters before.
It's a nice introductory roller coaster.
Yeah.
So did you do my personal favorite, Peter Pan's Flight?
We did Peter Pan's Flight. That was maybe the first one we did because you told us the line's going to get really busy.
It does. Typically, did it not?
It was awesome.
Oh, I love it.
It was so much fun.
I'm so glad you liked it.
I expected it to be a little hokey. And it did stop in the middle of the ride because there was a mechanical issue.
That's typical.
But we were above London.
Right.
So I was like, look, there's a carousel. Look, there's Big Ben. Look, that's where our cousin went to school. Just stuff like that. Like I was making stuff up by and large, but but it was fun. It was nice. My complaint about that ride and specifically, but a lot of the other rides, clearly made a long time ago when people were shorter and slimmer, by and large. You might not notice because you are both short and slim. I am not tall by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, you mean the ride itself? I thought you meant like the representation of people.
Oh, no, the ride.
Look how small and thin Wendy is. She's a child. Sure.
I was in this cart where I was like bumping my knees.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got a bad knee anyway. My right knee has been surgically repaired, and so I can't really keep it that bent for a long time. And it was. And I was like squished and my hips were uncomfortable, but
they might stop the ride if you like put your leg out.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, sir.
But it was really good.
Oh, I love it.
The Peter Pan ride was one of the highlights of our trip, maybe because this was the first one. And again, here's the thing about the Peter Pan ride. Leading up to the Peter Pan ride, in the line, they could put you in like different areas. Like there was like the bedroom, Wendy's bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's flying around. And Eliana saw Tinkerbell, and she was so excited. Daddy, look, it's Tinkerbell. I'm like, where's? And we saw her, and she's diving in a box, and it's brilliant with the sound that is coming from all around you, and you see just brilliant before the ride entertainment. Like the line felt like it was like a 5-minute line. It went like it was like half hour.
Yeah.
But still, just because we were tracking Tinkerbell.
It never ceases to feel magical to me when you're in that pirate ship and it starts going up. Like, the technology is not, we have huge roller coasters now. It's not like that should surprise you.
Yeah.
But on your typical dark ride, you're just kind of staying on the ground and going around. And when you go up, it's like, London is so great.
Yeah.
And I love that ride so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it too. Okay, so we're still in Fantasyland. Did you do Dumbo?
Yes, we did Dumbo multiple times. Xavier did Dumbo.
He loved Dumbo.
So many. He has no idea who Dumbo is.
Right. But the ride itself.
Yeah, when we would go do other rides that we weren't sure Xavier could do, like the mine ride, when the girls went on the Seven Dwarfs Mine ride, I think Xavier did Dumbo like 7 times in a row.
Yeah. Now, they probably didn't have the part of the ride open where the playroom wasn't open yet then. I think it is now.
Okay, I don't remember.
Do you know what I'm talking about? So one of the great things about the Dumbo ride is while you're waiting in line, they give you like a buzzer like you get at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's like an indoor playground that looks like a circus inside.
Oh, fun, no.
You sit and your kids play on the playground. It was shut down because of COVID. I think, like I said,
COVID.
I think they've got it opened back up again, obviously with like hand sanitizer everywhere for afterwards. So then you're waiting in line as the kids are playing. And then your thing buzzes and then you go.
Before the Winnie the Pooh ride, was there areas where the kids could play?
Yes, but I think they also had that roped off.
Yeah.
Like anything, there's also stuff in line for the mine ride that you can like play with and stuff.
I don't remember
like
that. Okay.
literally like touch screen things. You can play and move the gems and stuff. I think there's maybe gems that light up. You push. I don't know. It's very fun, and that's an interactive cue also. But Dumbo's great.
Isabel would sneak out of the line and go play with things she's not supposed to, until somebody would be like, "Sir," I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I had no idea."
Is this?
Yeah.
Get control of your child.
I would fetch her, but yeah, Isabel's more curious. Yeah, she's. Ellie's got a lot of fear in her, and so she's gonna follow the rules. She's gonna stay well within the boundaries. Isabel's gonna push the boundaries.
Okay.
Xavier does not believe in boundaries.
All those,
Xavier's a son of a gun.
birth order different kids, which we talked about in our last episode. Please go check it out. Yeah. Okay, so did you do Goofy's Barnstormer?
Don't remember that.
It's a little goofy roller coaster, tiny little roller coaster behind Dumbo.
No.
Didn't do that. Okay. There's also like a water area there, splash pad. Didn't do
Maybe
that.
it wasn't open.
That's possible.
A lot of things were not open.
So then, moving forward, did you do Small World?
Yes, we did Small World.
After.
Yes, we did. Small World was where I was the most uncomfortable with the fits. It was the smallest carts.
Okay.
But also where I was like, ooh, listen, I am not woke. I am not. But I was like, oh, I can see how some people might say that this is problematic, is the word that they use. I was like, yeah, some of the portrayals. But I mean, they were going for stereotypes. So they.
Right. I mean, that is hard because you want it to be obvious, like, this is Scotland.
Yeah.
So everyone's wearing kilts. Does everyone in Scotland wear kilts?
No.
But
Yeah.
it's like, how do you portray that this is obviously where we are without digging into
as an immigrant, when we saw the pyramids, all of us got super excited, and we're pointing and be like, "Oh, that's Egypt. That's where we're from," like that. And so maybe that's what people from other nationalities do when they go through there. But I have to imagine that I can't imagine it's going to last for too much longer.
Maybe they would just like revamp it. The tough thing is like it is an original ride to Disneyland itself, and it was used in like I think it was the 1960.
It was a Walt Disney thing, right?
World's Fair
Himself.
Like yes, it originated. He built it for the World's Fair in the 60s.
Right.
And then he integrated it into Disneyland
in California, right?
Yes. So it's just such it's like the bloodstream itself of Walt Disney is flowing through that ride. If they change it, they would maybe change some of the costuming of the dolls. Like I know they are constantly revamping it as far as like just so they don't get worn out. I mean, the ride's been there for 50 years.
Yeah. More.
Well, yeah,
the
Disney
50s, were you said, right?
Well, in Disneyland, it's been there longer. But at Disney World, they're about to celebrate their 50th anniversary. So it's been there the entire time. So do you want to delve into, or is that too, like, touchy? Like, do you remember which culture specifically you felt like might be?
The East Asian cultures.
Okay.
I felt like I could see people complaining about. And Africa was a little underrepresented.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, that's not the point of this. It was fun. I really enjoyed seeing all the different cultures. I'm like, oh, and it was fun to be like try to guess what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's France. No, that's Holland. Look at they got the wooden shoes.
Yeah.
And you do that by the stereotype clothing. So it was fun. It was fun.
I enjoy it. We ride it almost every single time because the line is never terribly long.
It wasn't.
And it's just fun. It's just Disney. It is Disney.
Yeah.
The same thing with Dumbo. We almost always ride Dumbo. It's a simple ride. Like, who cares? But whenever you see like ads for Disney World, what ride are they showing? Dumbo. Like even like they have footage of Darth Vader on the Dumbo ride, you know?
Really?
Like, oh yeah. There was like this whole push publicity thing when like Star Wars started integrating whatever. Like you can find it. You'll look it up. Okay, so moving on. We're gonna stick with rides while so did you do Haunted Mansion?
I don't remember Haunted Mansion, but yes, I think we did.
Okay, Haunted Mansion is just like all the ghosts and stuff. You pass by like the dining room and they're dancing and...
I don't remember it.
You don't? Maybe you didn't
Maybe we
write
didn't
that. I feel like you would remember it. I think the Hall of Presidents was shut down.
It was shut down. I really want to do the Hall of Presidents.
Well, I'm sorry, but they had to build a new presidential.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be in there when he's like half built and he's like doesn't have his like skin on or anything. It's just like the underneath robot.
Yeah. So
person.
no Hall of Presidents.
You gotta just wait until. So that's something you can do next time.
Yes.
The Hall of Presidents is so just like politics today. It's surprising to me that they even still have it in there. Because Disney really tries to distance itself from anything controversial or political. Like, they really want you to sever yourself from the outside world.
Sure.
But that is still a ride. It's very polarizing. I've been in there before, and I don't call it a ride, it's an attraction. And people at the end have, like, stood up and clapped, like, depending on who is the president that they're highlighting, you know? And, like, I've been in there before, and people are, like, booing.
Wow.
I mean,
that makes
like,
sense, yeah.
people get wrapped up in the Hall of Presidents, but... As a whole, it's a really great show. You should go check it out next time.
Sounds
okay,
good.
Circling around. Did you do Splash Mountain?
Carla and I did. After our last day there, I told you our last ride was Buzz Lightyear. We went back home. We threw our children at my parents, and then we snuck back out, went to the park, and did Splash Mountain because we heard it was closing.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get it before it did.
Yeah, before it changes over, it's going to become Princess and the Frog, which I
Okay.
think is also going to be super duper fun. But I think it's great that you saw it in the way it is right now. I love how long that ride is.
It was so long.
Yeah.
Holy cow, was it long?
It was not what I expected
and
the
again,
first time
very
I rode
cramped. Very cramped.
it. I was expecting your normal flume ride where it's like, vroom.
Yeah.
Like, I was just blown away by
You go through
the
that mountain
spectacle
several
of
times. And the story was something I was reminded of. Like, I had not read Brer Rabbit since I moved to the U.S.
Yeah.
And I really liked Brer Rabbit when I was in Egypt. And so it was fun to be reminded of it.
Sure. So I like that one, Big Thunder Mountain right next to it. Did you do that
We
one?
did not. Nope.
Okay.
We only, that line was so long.
Save it for
we
next
had to
time.
decide if we had to do, we're going to do multiple rides.
Yeah.
We'll do Splash Mountain. We decided to do
That'll
Splash
still
Mountain.
be there. You probably didn't do the Country Bear Jamboree.
Don't remember it.
Okay, no, you would remember that. It's an old one. It's real old-fashioned. So then circling back around, did you do Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
You didn't?
We didn't.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's okay.
Are we sure it was open?
Oh, I think I should have been open.
Okay.
I don't think it would have been closed. But that's a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to do that one next time. Did you do Agrabah? Did you ride the flying carpets? Did you even go in that? Did you go in Adventureland?
I think so. I think we went everywhere. Is it one of those like round rides?
It's like Dumbo, but you're on a flying carpet.
Yes. I think we kids did that, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would be very special to you, the way you love Aladdin.
I do love Aladdin. I do love the flying carpet.
Okay, so you think you did that. Did you do Jungle Cruise?
We did do Jungle Cruise.
With all the corny jokes?
We did do Jungle Cruise. I think we did Jungle Cruise.
You're on a boat, they have
Yeah.
animatronic animals,
Yeah.
the skipper tells you all these dad
Yeah.
jokes, and it's really cheesy. Okay, so I think we've hit all the rides, kind of. I'm probably forgetting something.
So we did
Which was your
the
favorite?
Tiki Room.
You did do the Tiki
We
Room.
did
I
do the
didn't even
Tiki
mention it because I figured you wouldn't have.
We did the Tiki Room because it was air conditioned and we just needed
yeah,
to
that
get
is
in.
nice.
And I may have fallen asleep.
In the Tiki
because it
Room?
was-
You fell
It was,
asleep?
yeah, it was dark, a lot of ambient noise.
Yeah.
And the music was a lot of fun. Like it played in my head for the rest of the day. But I was like, oh, I'm just gonna rest my eyes here a little bit.
That's fine. I'll allow it. It's fine. So which of those rides, like what was
Hold
your
on,
favorite
we
ride?
did more.
What else did you do? What am I missing?
Well, there was one where it was like Donald is directing the orchestra.
Oh, Disney PhilharMagic.
Loved that. That was amazing.
I have never done that before.
Oh, it's incredible. You really
You'll
gotta
have
do
to
it.
educate me.
Because they've got like the puffs of air and you get water sprayed on you a couple times. It was
Oh,
like really
really?
interactive, yeah. And again, it's air conditioned, guys. So if you need a break from the outside world, go do that. They had an Evil Stepsister show that was like running sometimes but not others, and we never managed to catch it, which we wanted
Was
to
it
do.
like in front of the castle? Where was it?
It was near the Peter Pan ride.
Oh, okay. Over by, like, they have kind of like those pillars that look like they're like the castle. It was over there. Did you do the carousel?
No, I don't think we did.
Didn't do the carousel.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Zach has done Mickey's PhilharMagic.
We
He
did the
took one of our
teacups, too.
children there. Oh, yes. I forgot about the teacups.
We did teacups a couple times.
Did
The
you
girls
get
really liked
sick?
that. No, but I was in charge of spinning us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Carla didn't feel well afterwards. So we did
It's pretty intense.
run it twice. Then Carla left and my mother came on instead. And when it was just me, my daughters, and my mother, and the girls were like, faster, Daddy, faster, just going boom, boom, boom. It was amazing.
I cannot do a lot of spinning. Like, you're already going around this way.
Yeah.
So what? One of it, you're
Concentric
like revolving
circles.
and you're rotating at the same time.
Exactly. Wow, well done with the terminology. Melanie.
Hey, when it comes to Disney rides, I know my terminology. So.
And that was near the flying carpet ride.
No, not really.
No, it wasn't. Okay, it was not at all near.
It's over by like Winnie the Pooh.
Were the flying carpet near the Dole Whips?
Yes.
Okay, so we did that.
And you didn't like the Dole Whip, right?
That's one of the things I have on my list. Yeah.
Gripe number one.
I'm gonna give you the gripes in order at the end here.
Okay.
But yeah, so here's the six things I have that I thought about Disney were incredible. One, still magical. Even as a 38-year-old, soon to be 39, I was still caught up in the atmosphere. They have created such a powerful, like, you're in a new world, you're in a different universe, and I was in. The kids, obviously, but I wasn't sure as an adult. I thought it might be hokey. Not hokey, amazing. One.
Let me interrupt you with a question really quick. Did Carla feel the same way?
Yes, we were both caught up in it.
Awesome.
Carla really wants to go back. Actually,
let's go, Carla.
We tried to convince my father.
A trip without kids, Carla.
We tried to convince my father to take us back again over the summer.
Oh, really?
But he said no.
Oh, okay.
He was exhausted. He was also enjoying himself, but it was too much walking for himself.
Okay, so that was number one, magical.
Two,
still magical.
Super fun. Like,
no.
Different from the atmosphere, the aura that is surrounding you. Like, wherever you go, like, oh, this is a new experience. This is different. This is fun. Shopping for souvenirs. They have all the things you would think of. Like, it was so much fun. Like, even I was like, well, I kind of want to buy a Disney shot glass. I didn't, because I'm an adult.
Well, only adults need shot glasses.
Yeah, also true. But like the kids got like a bubble machine and
so
my father, who is as big of a sap for his grandchildren as you'll ever meet. He was like, all right, everybody can get one complete outfit from head to toe and then other things too. So like, yeah, he started off like everybody can get one thing. So the girls were like, we want this dress. He's like, well, yeah, all right, we'll get the tiara and the wand and the shoes, obviously. Don't be stupid. And then,
complete the look, the ensemble.
Your father's not letting you wear these? Okay, he's mean. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and get something you can play with all day. And then Izzy gets lights and Ellie gets bubbles, and they both fight over the bubbles. And, well, we need something for Xavier. I'm like, no, we don't. He's like, yes, we do. I'm like, okay, we do. The candy store next to the Starbucks had some really cool stuff.
Yeah, the confectionery.
Yeah. Just everywhere was super cool. We felt very safe. And
COVIDly speaking?
Yes. I mean, we also felt physically safe, but
I just turned COVID into like an adverb. COVIDly speaking.
It was good, yeah. But it was at a time when in the spring when we weren't sure how things were going, and it felt fine. It felt safe. I mean, you're outdoors almost all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the guest services people were very congenial, very fun, very friendly, by and large.
The cast members in general they are trained. I mean, there's a reason why they're not just like team members. I think they call them team members at Universal, but they're not just like employees. Like every single person you interact with at Walt Disney World is a cast member who has been told that like the whole thing, you're on stage. Like even if you are a guest relation person, you're on stage. Everything needs to be a part of the experience, a part of the bigger story that is what's happening at Walt Disney World. So did you find that the cast members were very helpful, that they helped you stay
98% of the time.
Okay.
We'll talk about that
in
the gripes. Okay? Most of the rides hold up very well, despite being old. And we were in the Magic Kingdom, and I was told the Magic Kingdom rides are kind of the lamest. They were fun. I have at the time, Eliana was 5, almost 6. Isabel was 3.5, 4.5. And Xavier was a year and a half.
Okay.
There was a lot that Xavier, the year and a half, could do, and he would just love it. He tried to jump off of the Peter Pan ride so many times. You would not believe it. I was holding him, and he'd be like, I see something I like, and I'm going.
I want to go to there.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah. Carl and I were worried like there'd be too many rides like he could not go on.
Yeah.
There was a handful.
Yeah, at Magic Kingdom there's just
a handful. Like the mountains and the mine ride, and that's pretty much it. Everything else he could participate in. It was super cool. It was really nice. Oh, you also forgot about the aerial ride.
Oh yeah, I did totally forget about the aerial ride.
You did not do the aerial ride with us, but that one was a lot of fun too.
That is a fun one.
the gift shops were very well equipped. Almost any souvenir we thought, oh, this could be fun for the kids or for us, we found it. Mm-hmm. But the only thing we didn't see was like we wanted to buy some of them on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
We didn't see that, but we thought that might not happen. So yeah, that's right.
That's interesting. You're right.
And also, a part of it was that so many of the other guests there were fun and having fun and joking, and we were very interactive with the other people around them. And we'd see people, everybody made their own t-shirts. We didn't know, we were rookies. And I'm like, oh my goodness, we should have made a shirt. And they're all Disney scripts and jokes and puns. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, yeah, this is where I want to be. It was super fun.
Did I tell you about the pin trading before you went? Oh, no, I probably didn't because I don't think they were doing it then.
No.
That you can get like a lanyard for your kids and get the Disney pins. And then whenever you see another guest or a cast member, all the cast members have a little thing on their hip with pins on them. And you can go up to them and you can like trade. Can I have that one? I'll give you this one. It's a whole thing. My kids love doing it. But I think then there's still some restrictions on pin trading. I think they have boards out now, so you're not like super close interacting with another person. But you can go up to a board and take one down and put another one up, trade them out. Yeah, it's really fun. Sorry, continue.
No problem. Yeah. So those are the things that really stood out to me. Again, we had a blast, but that was it. All right, here's my list of gripes.
Do I get to like have a rebuttal for your gripes and why you're wrong?
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe not wrong, just, okay, go.
One, this just stood out. The water tastes terrible.
Okay.
The Disneyland properties need to have their own water processing plant where they treat the water and make it taste not terrible.
Okay, you're talking like tap water?
Yeah, like, at the drinking fountains or if I got water from anywhere, it tasted bad. When I was at the restaurants and I ordered water, it tasted actively like I can't drink this bad.
Okay.
As a result, number two, so did all their fountain sodas.
All did the sodas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I couldn't get away from it.
That's interesting. We typically will just like hydrate, and we get like bottled water.
Yeah, we have bottled water with us too.
So I don't know that I have necessarily noticed that. Okay.
But yeah, that was a problem. 3.
Oh, we're on 3 already? That wasn't 1.
That was 1 and 2. To 1, the water tastes bad.
Water
2,
and
sodas are soda.
Affected the soda. Yeah. Okay.
3, related to those, they don't have lemonade.
You were pretty upset.
I wanted fresh squeezed lemonade.
I got a text.
Made with better water.
Where's the lemonade?
Yeah, I was looking for it. I was like, no, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to find a lemonade. And you said...
Oh, I don't remember what I said, but maybe I said something along the lines of like, this isn't a county fair.
That's exactly what you said. Yep. She's like, yeah, this is the most magical place on earth. It's not, your county fair.
Shaking up your lemonade. I was thinking about this more because I knew we were going to be doing this podcast, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if, I know you're talking lemonade, but you are in Central Florida. Why have people never thought of making like orangeade? Like they have all these oranges.
Sure.
Oranges are a Florida thing.
Key limeade.
Maybe orangeade would be disgusting, but has anyone ever tried that before? Like same thing. Freshly squeeze the orange in water with all that sugar, shake it up.
Yeah, the thing is you generally don't need that for oranges because oranges are already so sweet. You could just have freshly squeezed orange juice and I'd be just as, if not even more happy than lemonade.
Yeah, I guess you need all the sugar with the lemonade because the lemons are sour and tart. So.
But yeah, another good suggestion for them.
Okay.
I want more rides where you sit through an air-conditioned building while they do a short retelling of the movie, such as Peter Pan and Little Mermaid.
Okay. There are more of those at other on other properties.
I want more of them.
Yeah.
I want more.
Let me give you some examples. So if you go to Epcot, you're going to have a Nemo ride that is
fun.
Like that.
Oh, the girls would love that.
If you go to Hollywood Studios, it's not a ride, but they have the Frozen sing-along, which you go and you sit and the characters are up there and they're singing all the songs.
Did there used to be a Beauty and the Beast sing-along? Where they retell it and
there
play
is.
musical
I think
form?
there is one. Not used to be. I think it's actually... Well, okay, there was a stage production of Beauty and the Beast that is outside at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, that's the one. I saw that when I was a child.
Conditioned.
I saw it as a child. And I loved it.
Oh, it's so great.
It was so cool.
It's like a truncated, I learned that word from you, a truncated version of the Broadway show.
It's like an owl, though. An hour.
It's like an owl.
It's like an owl.
You said an owl. It is like an hour.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but that one's not air conditioned. There's also a Frozen ride at Epcot, which I told you about, but it's in a boat.
Oh, boat.
So it's in Norway. I think now there is a Beauty and the Beast sing-along, also in Epcot in the France Pavilion. I'm trying to think what else there is. In Animal Kingdom, you get to ride through Avatar.
So that's
There's
not even a
other
complaint.
things.
That's just a suggestion because I love the ones that we did so much because I'm like, my kids have not seen all these movies.
Yeah.
They had seen Peter Pan, they had seen Little Mermaid, but as we went through, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm reminded this is a great retelling of the movie. Short, succinct, it's like 3 minutes long. Totally worth it. Would do it every time.
Yeah.
So that was
They
really
are
good.
fun. Simple.
They just need to recreate their carts so they're like 6 inches bigger in every direction.
Your actual
Yeah.
seating space.
Yeah. I want like 2 inches on each side for my hips and like 4 inches in front of me for my knees. That's it. I just don't want to be scraping my shins going on this ride.
Which is really interesting. Like, you are not extremely tall.
I am not extremely tall.
So there must be some of these guys that are like plus 6 feet that their knees are really.
I don't know what happened to my best friend Jeremy if he went there.
He would not fit.
He would not fit.
But there certainly are guys that ride these things. I don't know. They're just kind of like
Yeah.
maybe scooched to the side. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, interesting. I do not have these problems, so this is a whole new aspect. Yes.
Number 6, the food in general just needs improvement.
Okay.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I needed more salads. Like I ate fried food and processed foods the whole time I was there, and I was like, to maintain my level of energy required to do this park properly. Yeah. Just like throw a salad at me. Okay. Like have it be like Daisy Ducks. Something.
Garden pickings.
Yeah, sure. Anything.
Yeah.
Sell me fresh orange slices somewhere. I will, again, super good. The problem is that some people that I know really built up the food a lot. And so I'm like, ooh, I can't even wait till you try these Dole Whips. They're amazing. And I'm like, Dole Whip is fine. Good.
What else did I tell you to try that you didn't like?
The big one. I stood in line for a while.
You didn't like the spring rolls?
At Gaston's for his cinnamon roll.
You didn't like his cinnamon roll?
Subpar. Not even just fine.
I prefer his cinnamon roll to like a cinnamon roll you would get at like the Starbucks.
Yeah, don't get any food at Starbucks. That's fine. Go to Cinnabon. Have a real cinnamon roll.
Cinnabon.
Yeah. Well, why not? Isn't this the most magical place on earth? Have Gaston's run by Cinnabon.
Did you ask for the extra icing? I always get extra icing.
Don't remember that. No, it was dry. And once the dough is dry, it's the rest of it's all over.
Well, there is just a possibility that you just hit it at a bad time. Maybe you just happened to get a dry cinnamon roll and like 90% of the time.
Pretty early in the morning.
Okay, so I follow Disney Food Blog, which a lot of people do. Like, I'm not unique in any way, shape, or form. But one of the things they say a lot is that one of the most consistent things about Disney food is that it's inconsistent. Like, you can go to the same place 2 days in a row and order the same thing, and the first day it's amazing, and the second day it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, they need to fix that.
Sure.
The spring rolls are actually pretty good, but when she told me you got to go to the spring rolls, I'm like, oh, good. I'm excited for that because I love Asian food.
Yeah, it's not really Asian.
And I went and I'm like, oh, it's like cheeseburger and pizza spring rolls.
American Asian fusion with I love the cheeseburger spring rolls though. Oh my gosh.
They were good. They were both very good. Actually, I thought the pizza ones were better.
Yeah, Zach liked the pizza one's better. I preferred the cheeseburger one better. So
we'll eat them again next time I go.
And I think I mentioned to you that one of your main issues with food going to Walt Disney World is that you only went to Magic Kingdom.
Correct.
Like, it is not the park that is known for delicious food. If you want delicious food, you're going to need to go to Animal Kingdom or Epcot. Epcot mainly. I mean, they are known.
I remember that from as a child. Yeah.
For having all the delicious food because they have the World Showcase. You can eat from all these different places and get a taste of the world. And then Animal Kingdom, I don't know if it's just because it's a newer park that they like made this a priority, but it just seems like they have more things there that are delicious than at other places. Sure. But Hollywood Studios is stepping up its game also with the newer places they've put in for Toy Story Land. Like their tachos are amazing at Woody's Lunchbox.
Nachos?
They are tater tot nachos.
Oh, okay.
Tachos.
Got it.
And then in Galaxy's Edge, there's some really delicious things also. So you just went to the wrong part, is what happened there.
And I'm critical of food in general.
I wonder, what else did you eat? Like, those were snacky things. Like, what did you have for lunch? Or did you go home? Did you go back to the house?
No. So we had a reservation at the one that where you normally can meet the Pooh characters.
Oh, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was an unfortunate meal.
They have like a prefix menu now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually a buffet.
Okay.
So a little different.
Yeah.
But your food is not going to blow you away there, even if it's a buffet, because what you're going there for is the experience of meeting the characters. And when there's no characters. Now, I thought the desserts were kind of cute. Did you get the dessert platter? They were cute, but they didn't taste that great.
One of them was very good. One of them we ran out of very quickly. The others were fine. Yeah. Nothing was inedible.
Sure.
I had a salad there, which made me happy. But yeah.
Did you eat at Columbia Harbor House? That's like one of my favorite. No. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
It's over in like Liberty Square, and it's fish. So
I love fish.
Get like your fish and chip type things. I think they also have like a lobster roll, but they have like chicken fingers too. If your kids don't like fish and you're eating there and they want to have an option.
So yeah, that was our one big meal. The second big meal was at the Tomorrowland lunchroom.
Tomorrowland Terrace.
Yes.
I've never actually eaten there. How did you like that? Was it
better?
Okay.
Better. They had some fun stuff, and it was nice to eat on the terrace. It's like multi-layered.
Yeah.
There's a good breeze, and the kids fed the ducks.
Breeze? You mean like wind?
Yes.
I thought you meant like they had a platter with like brie cheese on it.
Oh no, I do love brie, but
they had good breeze, a good selection of breeze.
Yep,
okay.
A nice wind.
Yes.
Cooling wind, and there were a lot of ducks there that the kids fed.
Yeah.
Kids love feed the ducks.
Donald and Daisy.
Yep.
Wow, Sherif.
Grapes 9 and 10. The last two. We kind of touched on this earlier. Some of the old rides, they need to be updated. Just maybe to reflect our new sensibilities. I'm not saying do away with them. I'm kind of sad that they're kind of doing away with the Splash Mountain Song of the South thing, but I get it. It's fine. Just a little bit of patching up here and there, tweaking would do well for them.
Yeah.
And then number 10. I want more fans in the lines. I was happy every time I saw a fan in the line because, again, it's super hot in Florida and very muggy. Those fans just give you a little bit of a breeze. Sometimes they have the ones that spit a little bit of water at you, the misting ones. Those are really good.
Yeah.
I want more of those.
Do you hear that, Disney? Do you hear that these were all very, very good gripes? Or really, I would call them constructive criticism.
I listed them as such, yeah. Yeah.
So
critiques.
These were good thoughts. And, maybe Disney will stumble across this.
Yeah, do you hear
like,
me?
This Sherif guy is right.
Whatever Disney's in charge right now.
Whatever Disney is in
There
charge.
are still Disney's alive.
Bob Chapek is the CEO, and Josh Amaro, I think, is like the president of Walt Disney World, like that. Or maybe he's just the president of all Disney parks. I don't remember.
Is there still a Rich Eisner?
Those are some big names. Michael Eisner?
Yeah.
No, he is no longer with the Walt Disney Company. I think he's probably totally retired. I mean, that guy's got to be older.
Sure.
He was the guy that used to be on like Sunday night when it was like the Wonderful World of Disney.
Yep.
That's the guy who started everything off. I remember him. Near and dear to my heart.
So yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on Disney. We had a lot of fun. I want to try to stay on property sometime in the future. Maybe if we do a couple strip, staying on property could be fun.
Let me get my computer. We'll start planning right now. Because here's the thing: do you think Carla would be open to a couples trip, or do you think she's like, ugh, why would you want to go without kids?
She might. Having been there, we see the appeal for. We did not get before we went why adults would go there by themselves, or why we have some friends who were like, "I'm going to move to Disney so I could go to." I'm like, why? That's weird. That's weird. And then having been there, we're like, oh, yeah, no, because the magic holds up so well. We went back by ourselves, and it was like a little date for us. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Going to Disney with your children is absolutely magical, but going to Disney without your children is also magical. I don't love one more than the other, but honestly, I probably love them equally for
very different trips,
reasons. I absolutely adore going with just my husband. It's so much fun. You don't have to, your day doesn't have to be dictated by 3 other little people who all have their own agendas.
Yeah.
It's like you get to do whatever you want to do, and it's not as rushed.
Yeah.
And you get to eat all the really nice food because you don't have to go to some quick service place where they're going to have macaroni and cheese and stuff for the kids. Even if, I shouldn't say that because like the nicer restaurants always offer something for the kids, but you end up spending a ton of money and then they don't finish their food.
Sure.
And it's like, it just kind of drags you down a little bit. So we're going to do it. So
our kids ate pretty well when we were there because I think they were so tired. Like just all that walking. We
Gotta
took our double
recharge.
stroller, but somebody was always either on my shoulders or walking, and the sun was really sucking the energy out of them. They napped super well.
Yeah.
Even though both of them the older girls didn't really nap at that time. We still put them down for naps and they napped and they ate very well.
And your wife
drank
sent
well.
me like the cutest videos of your daughters, of Ellie and Izzy, like telling me things that they liked about Disney World, I think. Didn't
sounds
she?
right.
Like
She
right
probably,
after?
yeah.
It was really, really cute.
You could post them along with this video.
They were adorable. I should post them with this video. It was adorable. So I'm glad that you had fun. I'm glad your family had fun. I'm going to go ahead and start planning our couples trip now.
10 out of 10 would do again.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being here once
pleasure.
again for the Lend Me Your Ears podcast and vlog. And we'll have you back again sometime soon, sir. We can keep this thing going.
I'm excited for it.
All right.
Thanks, Melly.
Thanks. And thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time here at Lend Me Your Ears. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.